Dutton. Joining me now is Sky News contributor Teena McQueen and New South Wales Independent MP Tanya Mihalek. Hi to both of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Tanya, why can't he just... What's the problem? Why can't he just be upfront?
Because it's part and parcel of his character, OK? He's always been like this. He's always been just the kind of guy that lies. I think, integrity is zero for Albanese, but he's a master politician, a master deflector. I think he enjoys sort of berating those journalists as they ask him questions about this. He thinks it's all very funny and comical. And for him, he's just riding the wave now, waiting for the next 8 days.
Yeah, well, that's it. But I feel like I think Tanya's right. He lies on everything. This is his problem.
He even lied about laughing about it. He's never laughed about it once. As a matter of fact, he's had a go at journalists when they've raised it. So, yeah, but it's an art form with him. He does it so well. And people, are buying it. And look, believe me, the guy is an absolute liar. It's disgraceful. And I can't, sadly, a lot of the population aren't seeing that. Because, as Tanya said, he's such a clever, tactical politician.
My word is my bond.
Yes.
Well, allegedly, my word is my bond, Tina. I will never let that one go. Now, look, let's talk overall about the campaign, and the polls now do strongly suggest a Labor minority. We had the News Corp exit poll yesterday suggesting it could actually be Labor's win outright. Tanya, do you believe that this polling is accurate? I mean, is Labor really that far ahead?
Oh, look, I think, blind Freddie knows that Labor's out in front. I think the polls are sadly correct. Look, there's so much that you could say about why that's the case. But, look, this week's been a relatively good week, I think, for Dutton. I think he kind of get back on track with the $750 million for tackling crime, back on defence. Very good debate for him this week. But you've got an electorate that I think is largely switched off. I think there were some very serious errors of judgment in the Liberal campaign early on that have hurt them now.
I agree.
And the women have turned away from the coalition, and that might be right or wrong. We may not like that, but I think there needs to be some reflection on why that's happened, some of the decisions or lack of decisions that the Liberal Party have made. I think another issue is the idea of not offering a tax break was huge. I think the fact that, Sir Robert Menzies will be rolling around in his grave to think that it's the Labor Party offering a tax break to people of Australia, not the Liberal Party. I think
agree.
there's some big problems.
I think there have been some policy issues from the start. How are you feeling about all of this at the moment, where the coalition is at, Tina?
A little bit sick.
Yeah,
Look, I never give up hope, and normally I'm a pretty good predictor, but I think this election's... Look, I do agree Labor's in front. Our policies have not been bold enough, and we haven't differentiated ourselves from Labor. We just haven't been brave enough to do what we should have done.
Why hasn't Dutton been brave enough?
I don't know. I think maybe a couple of the left of the party, and just because, look, we were in a position of winning. I mean, late last year, we were in a very good position. And I think they sort of got scared of losing that, so tempered their policies, which was the absolute wrong thing to do. But I still think, although Labor is in front, I still think this is going to be very unpredictable. There's some independents, and sorry, Tanya again, but I hate the election of independents. They serve no purpose. But I do think they're going to be like Matthew Kamanzuli in Bowen's seat.
Yeah.
Don't write him off. I'm not too fussed about the Liberal candidate there, so, Matthew may have a good chance. Surprise wins like that. But again, it's going to be a seat-by-seat battle, and as Liberals, we never give up. But, gee, head office hasn't made it easy for us. I must say, Andrew Hurst has got a lot to answer for.
I feel like the momentum, it started with good momentum, but I feel like something has gone wrong. And look, it doesn't help. I think Anthony Albanese was very strategic in saying no campaigning with a date, no campaigning on the day that the Pope died. And I think, the momentum is a bit stunted at the moment, for sure.
But look, anything can happen.
Look, anything can happen. 8 days to go.
It could be a Stephen Bradbury moment.
It could be a Stephen Bradbury moment. We don't know. Now, look, we know that when Albo's not obsessing over Dutton, he's obsessing over his Medicare card. But have a look at this bizarre AI-generated social media post put out by Labor with the caption, "Peter Dutton will make calamari rings out of Medicare if he gets his hand on it." Have a look.
Medicare calamare versus Dutto Lacutto.
Fight! Authorised P. Erickson, ALP Canberra.
Well, it even started off in Italian there.
I think I've got to say it's excellent. For the Labor Party are so smart. It's the sort of stuff young people love. The generation.
So you think that cuts through?
Yes. Generation Z, I look at my children, that's what they watch. They love that kind of stuff. It attracts attention, there's music, everything in it. This is what the Liberal Party have failed to do, and Tina's right, it's the head office. The Liberal Party head office should have been supporting Dutton with that type of campaign.
Tina?
No, I'm not that type of campaign. I hope Labor plays it all the time because I think it's a stupid thing that...
I mean, we know it's a lie. We know the coalition is not going to... It is. But is this where the Liberals have failed? Because I think that this campaign is being won or lost on social media. Because the voters, they're disengaged. They're not interested.
From day one, our social media, we've never been able to compete with Labor in the social media field, and that's fact. And I've been screaming that from the rafters for many, many years, and things should have been done to change that. So, yeah, we've had a poor social media campaign.
Yeah, it's funny because actually the Liberals are ahead in their media views, but obviously they're not cutting through. No. And look, I think when young voters make up their minds, they do really make up their minds, but it's not cutting through.
There's also a lot of the don't care factor, you know, in every age group. They just, you know, I saw something on Sky the other day. A lot of people interviewed didn't even know the date of the election.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know who Dutton or Albo were, and that's the problem. So, I can understand.
But that means that each head office, Liberal and Labor, have to work around that. Yeah. And I just don't think the Liberal Party have worked sufficiently in that regard. You've got to get with it, with social media and how young people respond to politics.
That's
and it's all 30 seconds.
It's in 30-second clips of Italian calamari, for goodness sake. Well, look, 8 days to go. There'll be some interesting analysis to come, but let's just see how, as you said, seat by seat, let's see how it plays out. So we'll see what happens from
Never give up, everyone.
Never give up in life, do you?
Never give up.
That's it. Teena McQueen, Tanya Mahalet, thank you so much for joining me on Anzac Day. Really appreciate your time.